Should we get to this Gunner video?
I think we should get to the Gunner video.
All right. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you, folks. I honestly contemplated whether or not we were gonna do this because I know how these things work. I just spent about 10 minutes to start the show on the local hour telling you that Ryan Puglisi has already done some really impressive stuff at the University of Georgia, that Ryan Puglisi already has everybody kind of raving about him. And then I'm going to follow that up with this is not the best showing. I've seen Gunner Stockton throw the football since he was 16, 17 years old. This is not normally what we see of him. And what I'm going to say up front is I think this has a really, really easy answer as to why this looks the way it does, because it doesn't look great. I'm going to be honest with you. My only answer and the only thought process I have is that the cat has not thrown a bunch of NFL footballs. And that sounds goofy, and it sounds like a simple excuse. And anybody who hears that and immediately thinks I'm making excuses has not thrown an NFL football. It is rounder. It's not bigger. It's rounder. It's thicker. Your hands have to be bigger. The laces feel different on them. They're not as risen. They're much more flat. You have to cut this ball. You can't rip down on this football. You got to get it from the side. You can't pull it from the top. And at any point, with a Wilson or a Nike ball or a college ball or a high school ball, if the ball gets wobbly, if I've got enough arm strength, I can drive through a wobbly ball. Throwing a spiral is ancillary. It doesn't matter with a high school football if you've got enough arm strength. But when you get an NFL football in your hand, the moment that ball gets loose, the moment we are not throwing a tight spiral, that thing flails like a goddamn duck that's been shot. Okay, so that's what you're going to see to an extent here, and that's what I'm going to tell you is the reason some of this ball placement is just not great, because it's not. It's 4 minutes of okay. All right, we're going to mute it. First ball right there hits Jalen Johnson right in the chest. Okay, and then I think this one misses Marcus just over his right shoulder. All right, Marcus came back for a second rep right there. All right, we're getting slants, and then this is a little flat ball out to the running back right there. These underneath stuff, it looked good, man. He was accurate, put it in the right spot. All right, had a drop or two from some running backs and some wide receivers. It was when we start to throw these comebacks, okay, and we start seeing that ball get a little bit loose. That ball's absolutely ripped right there. I think this one might flail on him a little bit. Y'all see that ball wobble on him just a tad as it came out of his hand, all right? That one too, okay? We see it as they go up into the air. We're losing it just a tad. Let me get that right there. We're losing it just a tad, and that ball will wobble on us just a hair. Anytime that ball wobbles, like I said, with these pro balls, we're going to lose some velocity, okay? We're 100% going to lose some velocity. Got another option route from the quarterback here, or from the running back here. That's a drop by Kendall. The other thing I noticed about him, just didn't seem tremendously confident throwing the football. No. Okay, not ripping it. But again, to me, I can sit here and look at that and say, like that ball right there, that's placed. You know what I'm saying? We're kind of
great.
So what?
I mean, it's a great accurate. But
yeah. That ball's ripped. Mm-hmm. Good ball there. That ball came out like it was supposed to. See here. That ball wobbled on him.
Very much. That's the worst one I've seen.
Say what?
That was the worst one we've seen so far.
Yeah. All right. Y'all can see this. I know it's kind of a little bit tougher. I'm going to slow it down for the audience. Yeah, there you go, Kirby. You can see this ball wobble on him right here. Okay? Just a tad. And that will lead, okay, to some slower, arrival of the ball. It won't arrive as violent. Same thing here. Gets a little loose on him, just a tad bit. Camera dealing with some ISO issues as we go to work through this. Shouts out to the NFL scouts who were standing right in the middle of the way. I love you for that. Here we go. Another route right here to Ladd. I think this is a dig he's throwing right here. So this is going to come right in front of your face. Boom. Good ball placement right there out in front of the eyes of the wide receiver. Okay? We want to have a runnable football right there. This is good ball placement. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I love this from Gunner. Put me in that two-shot right here. Watch his eyes right here, okay? Watch his eyes down the middle of the field on this next rep, and then he will bring them over to this wide receiver, okay? Even when we're taking routes on air, okay? Look at his eyes right down the middle of the field, and then you'll see, boom, we'll pull him right back over, okay? Still remain disciplined. That tells me we're a disciplined football player, okay? We're looking for everything we can from this video, guys. I thought this was the most important thing that happened at the Pro Day because it's the one thing we hadn't seen. I hadn't seen this guy throw a football since he was playing at Hustle Inc., okay? I ain't seen this dude throw, like, out in person for real, up close and personal since 2021. That ball's late.
Let me ask you something.
What's up?
What's your thought on guys tapping the ball before they throw it?
I don't care. I don't care as long as it's not drastic. Here's what I care about. I only got my Ray Lewis ball. All right. This segment's going to murder. All right.
Oh, wow.
Wow. All right. Look, I don't care if you're a tapper. Matter of fact, I'm a tapper. I'm tapping as I pull. But what I care about is tapping and dropping. Okay. If you're a tapper and a dropper, we got a problem. Okay. If you tap the ball and then you drop it down here instead of just letting our scat pull, like this is all we're trying to do. We're trying to get our lat back here to activate. Okay. If I can do this without dropping the ball, I don't give a shit if you tap. Joe Burrow's a tapper. Pat Mahomes is a tapper. Drew Brees was a tapper. Okay. Dylan Raiola is a tapper. Ryan Puglisi is not. I don't care if you're a tapper. All I care about is if you're a dropper. If you're a dropper like this, if you're Tim Tebow-esque, I'm really, really concerned. If you're one of these guys that has to drop, load, and kind of do this one every time we throw, I get worried, okay? Some of this feels elongated.
I was going to say, because I was about to ask you, because his release
Some of
looks
this
long.
feels elongated. The Florida State tape feels elongated, okay? I should be able to get into layback without reaching for it, okay? I should be able to get into this action without having to reach for this one. Everybody get that? Mm-hmm. All right. So, yeah, that kind of answers your question just a little bit. I don't care if you tap. I care if you drop, all right? Because, look, hey, man, a safety from 20 yards away ain't picking shit up from that. But a safety 20 yards away is going to pick a whole hell of a lot up from that. You know what I mean? So those are two different things. Okay. Tapping, dropping. Don't be a dropper. I don't care if you're a tapper. Some of the great ones are tappers. I'm a tapper. You know, it's a rhythm thing, man. Throwing the football is a rhythm act. Okay. There was no drop there. You see how he pulls the lat with that arm flat. Anytime we get down to here, we're losing efficiency. Okay. What time we got, boys?
You got 16 minutes.
Okay. We're still good. Should we put this back into full speed so we can see the actual life on the football?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Here we go. Ball's a little high on him. Ball wobbled on him. I think this one does too.
All right. Pretty tight.
Yeah, but here's my problem. This is an out. I think it's a speed out.
Oh, is it?
It's either a speed out or a comeback.
Oh.
Okay. This is a one ball. What do I mean by that? One ball, two ball, three ball. A one ball. We don't have epic pinup. A one ball line shot. Try to put that sucker on a tightrope, right? A two ball layer. Think about deep over a runner, right? Try to put it out in front of the guy. Try to have some good pace on the football. Try to have some good touch. Three ball, Russell Wilson. Try to put that sucker to the moon. Bring that thing down. Trying to scrape the sky. Bring some water out the clouds. Okay? This is supposed to be a one ball. Anything coming back to the line of scrimmage. Anything working outward, okay, under 15, 20 yards. Pace, acceleration, life. All right? That ball better on that wide receiver's face when he turns around. So, guys, when I see somebody kind of getting that high arc on that comeback or that out route, he's trying to throw that with anticipation. He really doesn't trust himself to really pull down on that football and rip that sucker, okay? And, again, why would you? You're throwing 15 balls at this point, and half of them been wobbling on you. Mm-hmm. So I probably would throw some anticipation as well.
Now, how much of this do you think is psychological of I'm the young guy here and this is upperclassmen's pro day. I don't want to mess this up.
Yeah, I'm just not trying to mess it up for these guys.
You know, it's a really good question, especially when you don't have confidence. I don't think the kid had confidence throwing an NFL ball. That's why I started with that.
It's very, very.
Hey, you know who I know loves throwing an NFL ball?
Carson Beck.
Oh, my God. It's all he talks about. If Carson Beck could go the rest of his life only throwing pro balls, he would. In the offseason, all he throws is pro balls. Because I'm telling you, once you figure them out, once you figure out how to cut an NFL ball, you'll never want to throw anything else. The high school ball almost feels heavy. It don't like the pro ball. The college ball almost feels heavy, thick, and unable to move through the air efficiently once you start throwing these NFL balls. But if you don't know how to throw them, they quail like ducks. Bad. So that's kind of what we're seeing here. But yeah, I wouldn't be confidently throwing it if I didn't have the ability to. I got a lot of NFL guys standing around me. You hope that's not the case, right? You hope this guy's confident in his abilities. If he's got nerves like that in a pro day, shit, 103,000 in Knoxville or in Neyland Stadium not going to feel great. You know what I mean? So I don't take too much stock into it, but I'm not going to sit here and tell you it was a great day. It was not Carson Beck 2021. It was not that, okay? Carson Beck left Pro Day 2021 with a top 10 eval on somebody's board that I know. You know, that has got like a real role in the NFL, not just some people were talking about. And I know a lot of folks were looking at that yesterday and were like, why isn't Carson throwing? Why isn't Carson throwing? Why isn't Carson throwing? I think that was I think that might be Georgia standard. We're going to let the non-starter get some rub here just to get some introductions into the NFL.
Well, it's also it's a pseudo eval for the starter. Like, you have to imagine that some scouts are like, oh, if Carson Beck's going to be throwing, we're going to scout him as well for our 2025 class. Which, I mean, you don't necessarily want that. What?
Anything?
So, Puglisi next year, maybe?
You doing it already.
No, I would say for Pro Day.
No.
I would say for Pro Day.
Oh, my God. That's good.
For Pro Day.
I can't wait to see that kid throw.
Gosh, no, I would not do that. No.
People are going to do it, though.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, we expect this.
People are going to do it. It's unfortunate.
It is.
But it comes with the role, right?
Yeah.
That's the way it goes.
All right, let's finish.